vehicle is not started this morning meeting. The first part, since the company will introduce their bioabsorbable product. So, Jacob, please.
Good morning, everyone. It's our Vice President and fellow surgeons and professional nursing specialists. We are sincere about it. It's our great honor today to introduce our product from Finland. It's the brand name is called BioRetech. And the outline I will introduce by the follow targets. Back to the 1970s, in Finland, the University of Tampere, the Professor Brady started to research the first bioabsorbable implants, and they did the first surgery in 1984. And now in 2015, they have more than 100,000 products sold worldwide. And in Taiwan, we will introduce our fourth generation mechanical active biomaterial. The material is called POGA. I will elaborate later. They have over 1,000 scientific publications and more than 250 patents. And totally over 1 million implants that are sold worldwide. This is their patent family and applications. The knowledge of these implants, the strength retention is optimized to support the healing of the required time, and they gradually degrade and transfer the load to the bone during healing. And totally now is more than 150,000 operations, and only less than 5 cases suspected complications related to implants. So in Taiwan, we will introduce the fourth generation, and the fifth generation is the world's first drug-releasing bioabsorbable screw. It's orthopedic news. The press release showed that 10 years, more than 100,000 patients. The complication rate is less than 0.01%. The facilities in, of course, in Finland. So I have US FDA approved and CE mark. Product portfolio includes the first is called pin, and the second is called nail. But it's easily to confuse, so we call it the rod for cartilage, because it is mostly for contact. And the screws, full-threaded, cannulated, and non-cannulated. And the portfolio, the pin includes the diameter includes 1.5, 2.0, 2.7, and 3.2. The length from 20 meter to 70 meter. And the nail includes 1.5 and 2.0, length from 10 to 30. The screw from 2.0, 2.7 to 4.5, length up to 90 millimeters. The most common is cannulated screws. No matter, this is flow threaded from 3.5, 4.0, 4.5, the length from 20 to 90, no matter leg or non-leg. The material is made of POGA. It's 85% lactide and 15% glycolide. It's a cold polymer. The complete bioabsorption time is about 2 years. And the implant gradually loses its strength. However, maintain the function for at least 8 to 12 weeks. in this domestic study showed that PLGA has the decent strength, and it will degrade gradually. So we can adjust the melting parameter, and it will be degraded as the lactite and the CO2. The strength retention time is thanks to the manufacturing technique. They said they can do anytime, anywhere. But for example, for the foot ankle, normally the healing time is like 8 weeks. So this light blue line is their key points. Retain the strength and gradually degrade. Its strength up to 22 weeks. The melting process parameter is their key to control the quality. This is under Johnson & Johnson. This slide only shows the trend of PLGA combined beta TCP. The biopsy shows that the healing is okay. This is in vitro study. And this is their patent, US patent, showed that the PLGA has low crystallinity and control degradation. Their chemical compounds like this. The PLGA has low crystallinity and absorption can within 2 years. In vitro study showed that from 0 weeks to 100 weeks. In vivo, this is a rapid scalp. Like 2 years, this is here's the screw head, and 72 weeks, the screw head go like this. This is their US pattern, and their wave structure is like this. This repeat, and this is porous. So the porous PLGA can get the body fluid in and out. So the implant, after implantation, they will become bigger, 1 to 2%, like this. The length will shrink, but the diameter will increase. So it's called auto compression. And their pin have the like 14 outside the structure, and it's called self-locking. So this is just show the control degradation and the stretch shielding, because bio implants will degrade, so the bone will regain its normal strength. So in summary, is their ductility and strength and unification and control degradation. This is show the lagging strength of the leg screw, 4.5. The sole bone is 22, number 22. But its strength is actually like a cortical bone. It's impossible to like a titanium alone, but it's still decent, appropriate. This shows the bending strength of the 3.2 active pin. This is the pull-out strength. It's not normally tested. This is the porcine tibia after implantation. And do the kind of advertisement. And this is the 1.5 active pin, shows the memory effect because it's ductility. because it's ductile, so it will back to the original form. But the water temperature is close to 100 Celsius. So in Taiwan, we do ourselves our rough examination that 2.7 schools. The school head is originally is 5, and after 99 degrees Celsius, water bath is become bigger, like 6. And the length from 24 millimeter and shrink to 12. And the school itself is 2.7 to 3.5. So this is a strength of, it's like a shear and bending is like a cortical bone. Here's the cortical bone bending, here's the cortical bone shear. These are the, since it's AO school, the metallic screw. But if the metallic screw is leg screw is like more than 600. So it's so ATVS bioabsorbable screw is 360. The maximum pull out. And then the implant after compared to other brands have longer auto compression lasting. And the shear is like a 250 newtons. And the pull from testing from porcine bone is like a 140 compared to metallic KY. Because the KY is smooth. Okay, this let's show the other. I will skip you a little bit. If the degradation didn't work well with other material in other places, like the ACL reconstruction will become foreign body and cyst formation and edema may occur. And the other competitive brand is the mini metacouple plate will have the foreign body relation up to 4 in 10 patients. So the degradation is very important. Other brand, their material is PLDLA combined trimethylene carbonate, and their degrade is 2 to 4 years complete. This I will skip. It's a printed, 3D printed bioabsorbable case. Sometimes up to 8 years. And the non-union rate is 2.2%. In literature, and Taiwan is in China, Huaxi Hospital in Sichuan province, they use the patella fracture on use the 4.5 cannulated leg screw, just like the metallic bending wire. He used the number 504 ESCO. So we can, in Taiwan, we also use the fiber wire or ESCO or T-core. And the screw is like this, the implantation is. So the before OP is here, and this is after OP. In Korea, hospitals use the pin, bioabsorbable pin 2.0 to have a percutaneous intramuscular fixation. And the result, total active motion back to 250 to 270 in all cases, non-malunion. And this is the E4 poster, shows the medial malleola of the children. 81 cases, no local relation on the clinical examination. Also, this is the AOFS poster from 2013. Patients number are 40 and all kinds of hallux valgus fixation, all union without implant related complications. In Taiwan, we have now we have more than 500 cases. This is a patella just like the Huaxi province case, Huaxi hospital case. We use the same technique. This is still the same technique to fix the patella fracture. And metacouple can send the percutaneous fixation. Use the kind of cannulate screw. Lateral malleola, this is kind of concept. It's a kind of intramodular nail. So you use bigger and longer cannulated screws. This is after OP. And the scaffold, we have 2.7 screws. This is also the volar approach. In the right hand side is before OP. Left hand side is after OP. We use the 2.7 and the length is 20 to 24 millimeters. This is the children's distal radius fracture. This is a medial malleolus. This is a very typical medial malleolus you can do the biobservable screws. And also the ramus is fracture site. Do the biobservable imprints. So this is from Russia case. Combines the distal fibula case. Use 4.5, like a syndesmosis. So the sound of the implantation is like other biointerference screws. This is after OP. And the shoulder greater tuberosity, a margin fracture, use the 4.5 cannulated screws. Like this. This is the, here is two screw head. But it's better to sink into the bones, 2 millimeters better. Because it avoids the soft tissue irritation. I think this is a female head margin fracture. So I will conclude. Although this biobservable implant is have decent strength, but without your approval, it's nothing. Thank you very much.
Introduction. So very impressive. So do you have the product design for spine?
Spine is because they say the strength is still a problem. Okay. So they even don't do the tape. Okay. But their next generation is copolymer is magnesium and calcium and zinc combined copolymer. Now it's doing the same mark.
Okay. So I heard that our department had some experience using your product.
Sorry, not some experience, only one experience. Actually, I think this product is a good product for the intra-articular fracture. This gentleman got the hip fracture dislocation and also distal tibia fracture. We can see the X-ray here. He had a fracture dislocation of the hip. It's an inferior pole of the hip fracture. So at that time, I by chance had this product can try. So I used the bioabsorbable screw on this case. Use two 4.5 screws on this. Oh, can we see the post-op? This is post-operative, and till now it's followed more than 1 year. The bone seems good, and even though it's not a major weight-bearing surface, but I think the bone without vascular necrosis, the congruity is good. But actually, when we use this kind of implant, the produral is very important. Two screws. One of the screw, the screw head was broken when I insert the screw. So the produral, the diameter of the produral is pretty important. For even though for this femur head, it's very tight. So finally the screw head was broken.
I think this is Weber injury. So the biomechanics study showed that the product will lose their function 20 weeks. So it's reliable. used in
Yeah, this case I dare to use it due to the fragment is not on the main weight bearing side, it's in the inferior surface. So the main weight bearing side is intact, but this fragment is large enough, so we need to fixation it. For the, I think for the small bone, it's more appropriate for use this kind of product. For the, for example, the 1.6 millimeter, for me, the sports injury for the OCD patient is quite good for to use this kind of implant. So it depends on different situation.
Thank you. So the Red Wolf, do you have any question?
I think it's a very genius device, but just like the product manager says, it's not suitable for face. It's still not strong enough. Before you use it, you need to know the indication very clearly.
So, Professor, you come.
Thank you for your presentation. My question is that I know the incidence is very low, as you report that less than 5 cases in page 115,000 case.
Yeah.
But in case your implant didn't achieve the complete union, was broken during the healing time, how to do that? How to remove the remnants of your implant? And you were revised with conventional metal implant or still group for that?
It's your,
My question is that if your implant fails during the healing time, after surgery,
you cannot remove. You only have one chance.
you have one more
You
chance.
cannot remove. Yeah.
If the delay unit or the implant failure,
You cannot. You just because you are equal. The screw head, the adapter, the side of two adapters, that will disappear. So cannot remove.
cannot remove. So maybe you have to change to a conventional metal screw to fix the gap. Am I right?
Yeah. You just
You don't have to remove
You just
because you
implant the same place and because it's the strength is only cortical bone. Cannot remove.
Okay.
Yeah, you just use the metallic and do the fixation again.
Okay.
I find out with your product like the maple head. So after surgery, you will remove the maple head.
Oh yeah, yes. The metallic adapter is disposable.
Okay. So any other question or comment from it? If no question, thank you again. Okay, let's move to the second program.